the citation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon at the high table. CHS alumni, staff and students, our special guests, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my name is Okeowo. I am the principal of CHS Senior School. I am here to read the citation of Professor Segun. Samuel Okoya, born in Zaria, Kaduna State in 1958. Professor Okoya's elementary education voyage was completed in 1973 at the New Eden Primary School near Premier Hotel, Bokola, Aremu, Ibadan. From his days at Christ High School, Oleyo Ibadan, 1973 to 1978, he has demonstrated brilliancy among his peers, and that prompted to the very unanimous decision to appoint him as the senior prefect. Despite this responsibility put upon his shoulder, at the close of his sojourn in the famous college, he finished with Division 1 in West African School Certificate. But little wonder, after an excellent West African School Certificate result, he was admitted to the prestigious University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria, to pursue a degree in mathematics, 1979 to 1983. He won the federal government and Gulf Oil Company scholarships award, as well as the Lagos State Bursary Award, after his first year in university, based on satisfactory results, and capped it with first-class honors degree for the first time in 10 years. He was the best student in his class. It was this first-class honors that made the Department of Mathematics to request for his deployment from Sokoto State after spending 3 months of his NYSC year. Still academically obese, he immediately registered for his postgraduate studies at the university. He started his career as a graduate assistant in the Department of Mathematics, University of Ife, now Oleyo, in 1984, where he rose steadily through his ranks to become a professor in 2003. Professor Okoya's major academic contributions are in the area of reactive complex fluid flow, ordinary and partial differential equations, mathematics modeling, qualitative and quantitative analysis. He has several conferences papers as well as scientific publications in different countries. Most of his articles are well cited, over 960 citations and 10 indices of 25. He loves sharing his learning experiences in teaching of mathematics and research at all levels of the tertiary institution. Professor Okoya was a recipient of international fellowship and grants for visits to institutions around the globe. He held the visiting scientific position in 1992 at the International Center for Theoretical Physics, thesis entry, and later 2001 to 2006, he became a regular associate of the center. Since 2006, he has been a visiting professor at the Abdul Salam ICCP on many occasions, and 4 times in 1994 to Switzerland, in 1998 in Germany, and 2022 in Finland. And in this 2006 year in USA, he has been invited to the International Congress of Mathematicians to deliver papers. From 1997 to 2000, he was a World Academic of Sciences associate to Madras, India. In fact, he was recognized and appointed as done to occupy the pastor Enoch Adeboye enjoyed professional share in mathematics, University of Lagos, Nigeria, 2013 to 2017. Professor Okoya is a member of the American Mathematics Society, 2000 to date, the Nigerian Mathematical Society, life member, Mathematical Association of Nigeria, life member, and South African Mathematical Science Association, 2015 to 2017. He is a fellow of both NMS and MAL and has delivered keynote addresses, plenary talks, and lead papers at international conferences as well as scientific meetings. Professor Okeowo was the treasurer of the Nigerian Mathematics Society from 2006 to 2011, editor-in-chief of the Journal of NMS from 2011 to 2022, editor of the Notice of the NMS from 2016 to 2022, and the member of the Board of Trustees of NMS from 2012 to date. He is currently the coordinator of fellows of Nigerian Mathematical Society. In fact, he is the first fully paid alumnus to attain the position of the professor and head of department of mathematics 2008 to 2011 at Oleyo University. During this period, he invited two distinguished professors of mathematics under the Committee for Developing Countries of International Mathematics Union to deliver 3-week lectures to undergraduates and mentor postgraduate students of OAU. Also, he instituted a course prize in mathematics, which is being awarded during the OAU convocation ceremony 2013 to date, and instituted a postgraduate course prize in the Department of Mathematics, University of Ibadan 2017 to date. He is an external examiner of universities in Nigeria, Ghana, and South Africa. Professor Okeowo is married to Mrs. Aremu, a professor of environmental chemistry and the director of section of ecology and environmental studies, OAU. And their marriage is blessed with lovely, supportive, and understanding children and grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our darling, our brilliant Professor Samuel Okeowo.
Hello, thank you. I really want to appreciate everyone present at this august occasion. I want to stand on the existing protocol so as to save time. I'm so happy to be here, and I can assure you that I've seen many faces that I wish to interact with, but because I've kept on the high table, I've not been privileged to do so. But don't worry, before we leave here, we will have a robust time together. My invitation to deliver this keynote address at this august occasion of our alma mater, extended to me by the global president of the CHS Alumni Association, Oleyo Ibadan, on behalf of the 68th Anniversary Planning Committee, made me to pause and to reflect. Christ High School, a place filled with memories and meaning for all of us, is being reimagined for the future. I therefore accepted the invitation to celebrate this special occasion, tagged the Diamond Jubilee Anniversary, which is a symbol of durability and brilliance. Over a remarkable journey spanning 6 decades, Christ High School has come to be known in southwest Nigeria for its unwavering commitment to academic excellence, empowerment, as well as service. Sustained by dedicated teachers, administrators, as well as CHSAA, of which you and I are living witnesses. I would like to thank the global president of our alumni association, in the person of Professor Dele, for his commitment to this 68th anniversary celebration, and also the Oleyo Mr. Ayodeji Gila, who has agreed to chair the 68th anniversary planning committee. They have done a wonderful job, and I'm happy that at this occasion they are also present. It gladdens my heart. I am grateful to the school authority for making this important event possible by providing all the necessary amenities And this very ground has been shaped for the journey. Above all, I thank the Almighty God for granting us this opportunity to gather together. I particularly welcome those who have traveled long distances to be with us at this afternoon from US, from Canada, from UK, within Nigeria and beyond. Thank you for your time, effort, and presence. It is deeply appreciated. Remembering the journey, I first stepped into Christ High School grounds in September 1973, and I'm so delighted that one of my classmates that we wrote the exam together is here seated. Dele Gulami, can you please stand up for recognition? Let's appreciate him, please. We were together for a make-up written exam and interview. You may be seated alongside a few colleagues under the supervision of Reverend Childerstone and Mr. JJ, while Mr. Bola Maxwell was the school principal at Oleyo Ibadan. You can see that our elders are already appreciating the beauty of what the Lord has done. We had no idea what lay ahead, but we knew we were on the brink of something significant. Mr. Maxwell was an experienced and dynamic leader with excellent interpersonal skills. I have never regretted coming to Christ High School, as I hold many fond memories. I remember Baba Childerstone, and I'm sure many of the elders will remember Baba Childerstone. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. He was the one that conducted the morning and the evening assemblies for us, and he's a very caring man with his stick, and he will beat you when he's not happy with you, and he will be crying simultaneously. And we still remember, we still have that memory of him. Yes, my classmate, Waganagu, whom we have lost touch since we left school, and I often visited him at home in Boy Scout camp behind the school premises. All those places have been reformed now. There are new buildings. There's a market there now. I also remember the popular 3x2 by Iya Latudes. You will buy bread across the fence. Thank you very much. Across the fence at Molete, we will ask for bread, topped with generously fried oily beans and drenched in generously fried oily stew. It was a lovely time then. These are memories of when we were at Molete before living there. Many of us will also remember when we were at Molete, the matron Agba, Mamala Jogon, who was in charge of the female hostel A, and Mama Matron Kekere, who oversaw hostel B. Both supervised the kitchen and our meals at Molete. I'm sure some of us will remember when we took our lunch, which is of beans, and we saw some things inside, and we thought it was insects that were prepared for us, and that was all pouring in the whole school. But we thank God, but Mr. Master came and he was able to talk to us, and everything was calmed down. So I still remember those occasions when we were together at Molete. My class said we were privileged to also be part of the people that moved to Oleyo. So we have a story to tell. And so thank you. So there was a transition period to Oleyo, during which the students attended classes there, but returned to Molete. Many of us will remember that scenario where the hostels were located in the afternoon. This arrangement followed the government takeover of mission-owned and private schools in 1975. I remember the bus trip from Molete to Oleyo with our driver, Alakwa. Thank you. Can you say that again? Alakwa, thank you. He was the driver then, and another known for saying, Lape. Thank you. So these were memories that we had in the transitional period to this place. There's another popular name that needs to be mentioned at this occasion, and that is Mr. Oladoku, fondly known as Glory, Small Yam. Yes, he was also our chemistry teacher, and he came with us from Molete to Oleyo in those days, and he prepared my set, a set of 1973-1978 for the West African School Certificate Examination. My class set are here. Can you please stand up for recognition? My class set 1973 to 1978. Let's appreciate them, please. They are all here. Thank you. Real one is there. The Bosse is there. Then the Time Mama is there. Then Ogun Dami is there. Thank you. We also remember our French teacher, Degbe Matu. Yes. Who was also with us at Oleyo. He was also known for some people call him that he will always slap you when he's angry with you and he wants you to respond. I remember those occasions that I had the privilege to meet one of my seniors who is also here present, Bimi Onokoya. He was also, we were together, he was my senior. I remember him very well. And I remember that was Toyi that was your girlfriend then, if I remember very well. Yeah, it's okay. We just go memory lane. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I remember then. So that was then. So it was a good occasion. We had a wonderful time. I remember also one of my seniors. I think she was the senior girl, Bolande Akitelo. Yes. Is she around? Okay, she's not here. She is also active in this alumni. She was also around when we were coming on board at the early stage. And now she's married. She's called Bolande Adepeju. Yes, she was the senior girl then. We are so happy. At this point, let me encourage you to reflect on your experiences. I'm going to call 3 people because I want to make it interactive so that we'll be able to see. I'm going to mention 3 people to name 3 teachers who made a difference in their lives. I'm going to call 3 people. Okay, my classmate is here. Okay, you can come forward. My sister, yes, with glasses. Yes, I remember your face very well. I remember you very well. Can you please come forward? Just mention the names of 3 teachers that really touched you while you were here. Your name first.
Really one, Ajibade, Sayiri. Mr. Adobioje, if you are here, I still respect you. You made me what I have today. Reverend Shaston. Blessed memory. Mr. Adobioje, Mr. JJ, you run away and cash.
Let's appreciate him, please. Real one. Thank you very much. That's memory of 1973 to 1978. Yes, my sister, God bless you. Want to make it as interactive as possible so that I will not be the one dominating. Can you please tell us 3 teachers that really influenced you while you were here? Thank you, ma'am.
My name is Dr. Bosede Amomi Oyeyemi. 71-75. Yes, I can remember my English teacher who was also my mentor from one. She became a lecturer in UI later. I forgot her name. Then it's a Reverend Childerson again. And then the mathematics teacher, Mr. Fatuga. Oh, it's Fatuga. It's Fatuga, yes. I could remember. So let's just stop at that point.
Thank you very much. Let's appreciate her, please. Bemi wants to say something. My senior. Let's give my senior also another privilege. Professor, of course, yes. It's our elder.
Thank you, Professor. I remember Mrs. Adeleye, who unfortunately passed on last month. She was one that made me to read economics by default. And I'm an economist today. I thank God for. I remember Reverend Childa Stone, who was the foundation of our English. If you speak good English now, that came from Baba Stone. Then I remember Mr. Jeje. Mr. Jeje from Ayede Ekiti. Mr. Jeje. May God rest his soul.
Oh, the English teacher, Mrs. Odejide. Yes, she was the first person that made me to know how to go to the bank to cash money.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure you are enjoying yourselves. My name is Tony Odutayo. I graduated from Christ High School in '77. I want to remember Mama Lajogo. She is a very tough woman. She will talk to you and refer to your parents that your father cannot give your mother owobe. That's why you are behaving this way. She points so many things and she puts some discipline in us. So may her soul rest in peace. She came with us to Oleyo from Christ High School, Molete. She can never be forgotten. I also want to remember Pastor Anoboje. How are you, sir? He is a wonderful teacher, and I thank God for his life today. I want to remember one more person. That is Baba Jeje. He is the house master. He is very competent. He instills discipline in us. If you mess up, they will give you grass to cut. That's what he does. He knows his work as the house master. We pray that we continue to live long and we continue to enjoy the grace of God till old age. In Jesus' name.
Thank you very much. Let's continue from there. At this juncture, let us pause briefly to observe a moment of silence in honor of those from our group who have passed on. Shall we just rise for a minute silence for those who have passed on? Shall we rise briefly? Let everybody be still, please. Be still. May their souls rest in peace. May you be seated. Thank you very much. I also wish to place on record the commendable work of the 60th Anniversary Committee in compiling the list of deceased members for memorial purposes. Let's appreciate the organizing committee, please. Many of our teachers have also passed on, yet their spirit remains an enduring part of our shared legacy. Celebrating the legacy of achievement and impact. The early aspiration and values that define this association included networking opportunities, career building tools, social engagement, and the strong culture of giving back through educational initiatives, project execution, scholarships funded by alumni donation, mentorship, and alumni recommendation that carry significant weight with prospective students. The endurance of these core principles is evident, and it gives confidence that the next decade will be even brighter if this vision is sustained. It is heartwarming that members of CHS Alumni Association, both within Nigeria and in diaspora, have used their talents to bless others. We have musicians, we have seamstresses, we have teachers, we have lecturers, we have farmers, we have fishermen, authors, architects, artists, lawyers, legislators, administrators, chief executives, political office holders, paramilitary personnel, armed forces officers, bankers, oil magnates, and others. Let me identify only two groups. If you are a teacher here, can you please wave your hand to me? If you are a teacher, then thank you, thank you. We have many teachers in our midst. Thank you very much. Teachers of the world and teachers in the classroom for students. Thank you very much. If you are holding a political office, can you please wave your hand? Political office, if you are here in our midst. Yes, thank you very much, my sister. Thank you, my brother. Yes, you can see evidence of what the Lord has done through this Christ High School that we are in. We need to celebrate. There's one there too. Thank you, Ambassador too. Thank you. So no deed goes unnoticed, whether through reward or reckoning. The outcome of our actions are inevitable. Without creating class distinctions, The contribution of certain individuals deserves special mention. Let me start with Oleyo Ibadan. Where is he now? Okay, he's there standing before us. Cameraman, focus on him. A member of council and chairman of the 68th anniversary committee has diligently coordinated our databases and WhatsApp platforms, tracking postings, celebrated the birthday of nearly 400 members, and acknowledged donations and promptly moderating airing posts. Let's appreciate him, please. He has done a fantastic job. You know, when I had Igila Agba, there was one Igila I knew, which was the younger one. Yes, I knew that because I met him in school. But you have graduated by the time we were coming on board. But we thank God for your life. I also want to appreciate the FRSC Corps Marshal, Dr. Boboye Oyeyemi, retired, also a member of council. Is appreciated for his daily words of wisdom on our platforms and his support for infrastructural development. The contribution of past presidents, past and present association presidents is also of note. We remember the first president, Boyega Oyesiku. Then the second one, CP Junad Latif, retired. And here, Professor Adebemi Onokoya, who is the immediate past, and our current president, Professor Abiodun Ayodeji. They are all equally recognized. Oh my God. Thank you very much. Ayodeji. I was distracted because when I heard the one local, I was like, what are you talking about? Who are you talking to? Class sets have played commendable roles in sustaining the association, particularly the 1974 graduating set. They are here seated. Let's appreciate them. The 1974 graduating set, they have done particularly well. Yes, they have pioneered, which pioneered its formation and ensure its stability along other supporting sets. The Christ High School Global Alumni Association is rich with lifelong connections that time has not erased. I mentioned mine, and I'm going to allow two people to. Mine is already documented, so you are aware. David Adelaja was the senior prefect. That was the 74, 75, thereabout. Yes, I remember then. I have written something about him. I want to recognize two people to come and share with us some people that they have connected with. So I'm going to start with Professor Showande. Can you please come forward? Let's appreciate him, please. Let's encourage him. Yes, our brother. Yes, you. Yeah, you. Clapping. Yes, yes. Come forward. Come forward. Yes, and then we take. Yeah, 2 minutes. Okay, I will take only 2. I'll be one that I have less. I have 2 minutes to go. But I don't want to dominate the stage. I want people to also contribute their quota, and the people will have a sense of belonging. Yes. You tell us your name, your class, and then you mention people you have connected with who are alumni of this CHS. You want to have your feeling, you want to feel your pulse. Yes. Your name, please, your class, and then.
My name is Oleyo Ibadan. I'm a 7984 set. Connected with the alumni. Well, I thank God that we have this day. I will say the first contact of alumni is my professor. When we started at police post, he was he was our mentor then. He made effort to say that we organize this kind of gathering. But at a point in time, we couldn't make it. But grace to God now that we are now where we are now. Thank you, sir.
Well, my name is Professor Dayo Showande, Professor of Surgery of Oleyo University and the OUTHC. Well, just to corroborate what my previous speaker has said, Professor Koya, while we were in the university, I actually tried to set this alumni in motion then. And unfortunately too, we couldn't succeed. But since then, I've had contact with many of my colleagues. Balogun is there, Awokule, and where is Princess? Well, not to waste your time. Thank you very much.
Let's appreciate them, please. Now to the current students of Christ High School, Oleyo Ibadan. Remember that you are once your age, and our stories have now been told. Be prepared, for yours will be told one day, as we reflect on this journey. Remember the voice that speaks directly to you, rising minds, shining talents. Future, a new chapter. Our maturity over the last 60 years can be measured by our capacity to build meaningful relationships with others and with ourselves. This milestone is not an end, but the beginning of a new phase. I therefore encourage us all to continue engaging with the association and making a difference. If there is one lesson from this Diamond Jubilee, it is both to congratulate ourselves for sustaining Christ High School over 6 decades and to challenge this community to leverage on its collective wisdom, experience, and resources for the benefit of the next generation. This may take the form of mentorship, charitable initiatives, or continued mutual support. I pray for renewed strength, hope, and gratitude. A journey of a decade demands purpose, discipline, and a legacy mindset. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. I know that some of us, as said earlier, some of us are poised to ask some questions. I don't know whether you people are going to permit me to do that first. Sir, against the backdrop of your enjoyment of, say, a buka like 3x2 at Molete, is it possible to compare life in Molete with life in Oleyo when you people had to move? Thank you very much. Well, there is always room for comparison. Okay, when we came to Oleyo, like I said, there was a transitional period when we were returning to Molete to sleep and then come back for lectures at Oleyo. But eventually we had the boarding house moved down to Oleyo and we moved with it. My set was privileged to be part of the people that also moved. Now when we got here, there were no amenities. I mean, this place was bushy and there were few houses and this place was just developing and we have to do a lot of manual work here to make this place habitable. And so there is no way we can talk about the 3x2 we were eating across the fence at Molete with what we experienced when we got here. We were at the early stage, so there were challenges. There were so many things. There were the hostels too were not there. You had to convert the classroom to the hostels. I mean, I can remember the guest hostel was this long building, the one facing the football pitch. So things were really hard, things were tough, but we were rugged. We were ready to survive, and we survived the period. And that's what made us to be what we are today. So thank you very much, sir. More questions, please. In the absence of questions, then let us progress. Okay, I'm told that the head of zone, TESCOM Zone 1, Mr. Itayo Bamidele, is amongst us now. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Please, the rep of the Honorable Commissioner will be doing the unveiling. We shall go to the project now. For as many as are interested, you can follow us so that you also can see some of the projects that we have executed on your behalf. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
The Lord will be going to my àwọn ọmọ yìí gómìnà ìjàdí àwọn bàbá tí mò ń rí àti prof gan majority àwọn tí mo wo ju wọn rẹ̀ their grandma grandparents àwọn ọmọ yín ìran yín gan tí wọn ò tí ì dé tí wọn ò tí ì bí àánú àtọ́lá tẹ fún àwọn ọmọ tó wà ní sùkúl yìí ọlọ́run á rántí wọn sí ibi rere ibi gíga láti máa dúró ìrandíran yín lórúkọ Jésù ẹ ṣé gan ni o Ọ̀yọ́ State Government àmọ́dé Honorable Commissioner for Education àmọ́dé and me that is my zone that you have done this for mo mọ̀ lórí. Thank you. So on behalf of the Honorable Commissioner for Education, I commission this in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Principal, oh God, I know that girl.
Èèyàn wà nínú bẹ́ẹ̀. Èèyàn wà nínú bẹ́ẹ̀. Àsìlẹ̀ pani. Àsìlẹ̀ pani.
Because this is very important. The facility are very important.
Just the water runs. They have water to use there.
Principal. Ẹ lo bíbá ìdáadáa káwọn ọmọ yẹn lò dáadáa má wà bá náà wọn sí pé wọn bá ti lò ẹ máa mọ́nítọ̀ ẹ everyday kó máa clean ẹ̀gbọ́n kẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ máa fi wú àwọn ọmọ yẹn náà dé orí pé tó ṣe ayé àwọn ọmọ ọjà wọ́n ti lè wá ní ilé ìwọ̀n káwọn náà jẹ́ ká lè wọ̀ kó gbà.
This one is open. This one is
I don't know the notification of this like that's not for our girls. I am a girl. I am a girl. Whether I'm 60 or I'm a teenager, I'm still a girl. Because for a girl to be in a school where there will be nothing like this, it's always very difficult. And that's why you have some girls at a particular point in the month you don't find them in school. But for this that you have done, the Lord will remember you for good days. So in the name of the Father, on behalf of the Honorable Commissioner for Education, I commission this in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen. Please clap for her. You see that the water is running. The water is running.
There's water, there's toilet, there's water for the girls. Oh, thank you, sirs. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, man. Thank you for this. So, nice our money, no, mama. Your children will never lack them.
What are the
This is Oleyo. Where is the coordinating director for this? I just have to repeat what I've been saying. Say a very big, a very large thank you to this association for the noble job they're doing for making this place comfortable. Because part of the researches on education, that one thing that will promote education or develop intellect in students is for them to have conducive environment. Once the environment is conducive, you know, the student can go any high. And for making it not just conducive for the students, but also for the teachers, for them to get to their staff room and relax, be able to think well. Thank you for this. And I want to call on the two principals. All students have done so much. So your cooperation is needed to keep all these facilities, to ensure that they are well used, not just by the students, but also by the teachers. I'm sure they will not be happy for them to come back maybe in some months' time, call it back that call it toilet, not to mess at all. It will not be good enough, and it is negative, even of you as the head of this school. And it will discourage them. You know, they have plans. They are doing so much. And how do you encourage them? By maintaining what they have done so far. Iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n pumping machine ní máa ti jẹ́ kẹ́ má lè ṣe fúnra yín pé kẹ́ má lè service fúnra yín pé àwọn old students. Because in my own school, the principal is always calling. Ma, kí ni bàbá ni ma? Even little thing, ma. Kí ni bàbá ni ma? Tẹ́ bá ti ṣe ìbáwá sọ fún àwọn sẹ́ẹ̀tì. Ma, tẹ́ bá ti ṣe ìbáwá. Kí ni ọmọ kan wọ́n gbé lọ sí hospital. Tẹ́ bá ti ṣe ìbáwá sọ fún àwọn sẹ́ẹ̀tì. So bad. I was confident the government ní kò fi gbé ní sí bíbá. Pé kì í ṣe pé wọ́n kàn fọwọ́ gbé ní sí bíbá. Madam, I'm talking to you. You don't know. She's there now. I'm here. Please stay here and listen to me. So please, let's prove our worth. We are deserved. I'm sure by the time in 10 years someone will look at this school and will be wow. Because I know of some schools that the old students are really working and they are working here. So please manage it well. Yes, maintain it well. Yes, don't let them ever regret coming to this school to do this. And once again, on behalf of your state government and the Honorable Commissioner for Education in particular, I say a very big thank you for what you have done, for what you are doing, for what you will yet to do. And I pray, if you see a smart reward you, the Lord will reward you in a way that is even beyond the widest view. Our money will never last. Our money will still be by. Our grandpa, our mom ti jáde. Our grandchildren don't see one in US, don't see one in Kenya. But because of the future of today's Nigerian youth, we are doing this. Come on back, oríṣiríṣi ọmọ tí èyí wà proud of. You are doing this. Also encouraging them that as we are doing this, to come back someday to do this. So on behalf of the on behalf of the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, commission this in the name of the Father, Amen. The Son, Amen. And of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you.
You are welcome back. Our distinguished guests, you are welcome back. Distinguished honorable members on the high table, distinguished guests, alumni and non-alumni alike, I want to bring in the principal for the junior school, Mrs. Oleyo Ibadan, is the one to do the citation of our keynote address deliverer on this occasion, the second one. I'm talking about Professor of Agricultural Engineering from the University of Ibadan, Professor Kabir, Aremu. Please put your hands together for Mrs. Rachel.
Good morning at the high table. Good afternoon at the high table. CHS alumni, staff and students, our guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rachel Oleyo Ibadan. I'm the principal of CHS Junior School. I'm here to read the citation of Professor A.K. Aremu. Please be on your feet, sir. Kabir Aremu is a professor in the Department of Agricultural and Environmental Engineering, Faculty of Technology at the University of Ibadan. His areas of specialization are post-harvest engineering, energy studies, and environmental management. He is registered with the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, COREN. He is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, the Nigerian Institution of Agriculture Engineers, the Nigerian Institute of Food Science and Technology, and the Solar Energy Society of Nigeria. Professor Aremu's academic and professional qualifications had made him eligible for the following appointments at the University of Ibadan in the past. 1. Head of his department. 2. Coordinator of the Environmental Management Program at the Pan-African University Institute of Life and Health Sciences. 3. Member, University Governing Council. 4. Chairman, Council Committees on Security. He is currently a member of the University of Ibadan Senate. Professor Aremu is also a unionist. He had in the past been a chairman ASU UI chapter, ASU National Treasurer, ASU National Convener. He is presently an ASU National Resource Person. He is a member of the Federal Government Visitation Panel to the Federal University, Gusau, Zamfara State. Professor Aremu has over 150 publications in peer-reviewed journals and conference proceedings. He has successfully supervised 15 doctoral theses. He is married and has children. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Professor Kabir Aremu, our second keynote speaker for today. Please come over, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to abide by existing protocols. I'm only giving 20 minutes, and this paper looks long, so. But you have a piece of the paper already in the invitation, so I'm trying to actually make sure I keep the 20 minutes time. I want to congratulate all of us here for the 68th anniversary of the Christ High School. I also went to a CHS, but my own CHS was Children Home School. But I graduated of that school, the premier secondary school in your state. So the title of my presentation is "What Age to Start Conventional School Education for Children?" And we want to actually look at this from a global perspective. And what I did was, I have a good one to say that education can be described as the process of facilitating learning, resulting in the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, and formation of desirable habits. The values of education are transferred for personal growth of individuals, groups of people from one generation to the next. Education is always in 3 modes: formal education, informal education and non-formal education. When we talk about formal education, I mean, it's education you have within the confines of a school, a university, and a college. And of course, when we talk about informal education, those education you acquire through experience, through exposure. I mean, like when you learn a language, is an informal education. But a non-formal education actually situates itself between the formal and the informal. I mean, when you attend a training program, when you attend a workshop, I mean, that is informal education. And I said this paper, we focus on education for children. I mean, we all started somewhere. And when we are talking about building a house, you know the most important part of the house is the foundation. We call it the substructure. In a structure, if the substructure is not sound, the superstructure that we put on top can never be sound. So that is why we are actually interested in the education of our children. And the concept of this education is described in what we call early childhood education that we have as a program in the university now. And I said the benefits of this early childhood education is that, of course, brain development to change cognitive, social, and emotional growth takes place at this level. I mean, you build social skills for children to learn essential social skills such as sharing, cooperation, and communication. Academic foundation, which introduces basic math, reading and writing skills, preparing children for higher education, are built at this level. Emotional intelligence, to develop children, emotional regulation, self-awareness, and empathy are actually also built at this level. Long-term benefits, which is linked to improve academic performance, better social skills, and increase economic productivity later in life. Narrowing achievement gaps, we can help bridge gaps in achieving between children from different social and economic backgrounds. I mean, you know, the school is the only place where classes are narrowed down. I mean, it's only in the school that can actually be in a class with the children of the rich, with the children of the well-to-do. So that's benefit of actually early childhood education. And we will skip the historical background for time. So what is the global perspective on school starting age? You look at it, I mean, there's a table that are attached in this paper. When you look at the table, you see that, of course, in some countries, the starting age for children, I mean, it's actually 5 years. Some are 6, some are 7, some are actually low as 3. So you see it on the table that, of course, it ranges between 3 and 7. That is actually the age for school starting age for children. Now a country's compulsory school starting age is useful for parents or families who move between countries and schooling. It can be quite a shock for a child who started school in the UK at ages 4 or 5 to move to countries where compulsory education does not start until they are 7 years old. You can imagine that your child started in schooling in a school where the school starting age is 4, and you have to move from one to another country, maybe in the Asia or the Scandinavians, where the school starting age is 7. That means the time you are bringing, you actually go and rest at home for about 3 years, and you know that can actually result to a shock. One of the biggest questions parents ask is what to send their children to school, and there are many factors to consider. It's not just a straightforward thing to say this is the age to actually take a child to school. And the question to answer is, 1, is the child ready for school? Will he or she be the youngest in his class or our class? What kind of school can we afford? What is the mother's career? And what is the parenting style of the father? I mean, these are important questions that you must be able to answer sincerely and truthfully before you can say, my child is actually ready for school. To provide answer to this question, an education expert opine the following to meet the considerations. 1, first, there need to be a system designed from a child's perspective. It's not you, it's not the parent who should decide whether the child is ready or not. I mean, the child's perspective is very important.
It's not a peer group thing that my friends are sending their children to school, so I should send my own children to school. It's not. We must look at the child, look at the background, look at everything about it. You know, before you say you can go to school, the pathway needs to consider the needs of each child, and the same needs to be flexible enough to adapt to the development stage and personal characteristics of all children. I mean, all children are not actually not really born the same. We have some children we call precocious children. Why is it precocious children? I mean, we have a literature that there's a professor who is just less than 20 years old. So you can imagine when that guy starts school. I mean, when a child is precocious, you don't really say because his peers are going to school by 7 or 6. You keep that kind of a child in the house. No. So you have to consider each child's peculiarity in actually deciding when they are ready for school. Then second, before any formal school begins, there should be a universal early childhood system in place where the child has a right to play-based program of fun, physical activity, and learning. This type of interaction is crucial because it allows a focus on all child development. This emphasizes school readiness, which means a school being ready for all kinds of children. Apart from the child being ready, the school too must be ready. So, I mean, you have to actually balance it, that of course, the school in terms of what fees will they charge, what they teach, what kind of personnel do they have. You have to actually see that the school too is children ready, apart from the child being ready. So what are those factors that actually influence children's school starting age? Notable factors influencing children's school starting age include parental choices, socioeconomic status, and government policies. These elements determine a child's readiness for a formal learning environment, the access to educational resources, and the legal age of enrollment. So let's examine this factor one by one. Parental education and family factors. There is the factor of maternal and parental education. High levels of parental education correlates with increased school readiness in children. I mean, if you have children who are themselves literate, who went to school, the likelihood that you will go to school early is very high. Educated parents are more likely to provide a stimulating home environment and value early learning experiences, potentially influencing the decision to enroll their children earlier. Then parenting styles. The educational philosophies of parents are critical. Authoritative parenting, which is characterized by warmth and consistency, has been linked to positive educational outcome. Conversely, high stress levels in the home, which can be tied to a family's economic status, may negatively affect parental responsiveness and a child's readiness for school. I mean, if from a poor home, that everything is about survival, it's unlikely that you go to school early. I mean, maybe the child even have to actually engage in child labor before going to school. You have to go and work because you have to pay part of the money that you actually use to send it to school. There is no way that you are going to go to school early in that kind of setting. Then home learning environment. A home that provides cognitive stimulation, such as access to books and educational materials, helps prepare a child for formal schooling. This is often tied to parental education and income level. Then preschool participation. Enrollment in high-quality preschool or early education program can significantly boost a child's readiness for school and is associated with starting school at an appropriate age. These programs help develop cognitive, social, and emotional skills. What we are saying here is that, of course, it is recommended that your side should actually must have attended a preschool to prepare you for a school environment before you can go to the nursery school and to the primary school eventually. So where this is actually not possible, it's unlikely that the child will go to school early. Then we talk about socio-economic status. Income and access to resources. The family's economic status heavily influence their ability to provide enriching activities, stimulating materials, and early childhood education. Children from higher socio-economic status families have access to more resources that foster learning and school readiness. In families with low economic status, financial pressure can limit access to quality childcare and preschool, impacting a child's early development and school preparedness. Factors like high tuition and transportation costs can also influence enrollment decisions. Trends in developing countries show that socio-economic factors similarly influence school access and enrollment rates. Children from impoverished families with less educated parents are often the most disadvantaged. For example, in northern Nigeria, female children are generally not allowed to go to school, and even male children are not sent to school at all or very late after having attended Quranic lessons. Also, in the southeast, it is only the education of the girl child that is supported, so that this will enhance the bride price that suitors we have on them. Then we talk about cultural and demographic factors. A family's cultural background can shape the approach to early learning and educational expectations. Some cultures emphasize early academic preparation, while others prioritize play and emotional development in a child's early years. Then gender can influence school entry, particularly in certain cultural contexts. In some places, gender situation or a preference for sons may mean that the girls receive less nutrition and access to early learning opportunities than boys. However, some research also indicates that girls may enter school with more development, communication, and academic skills than boys due to different parental environment. The birth family. The child's relative age, how old they are compared to their classmates in the same grade that can affect their school readiness. For example, some studies suggest that male students with a younger relative age are at higher risk for lower scores on readiness tests. Then educational policy, we're talking about government policy here. Like in Nigeria now, at the time you are operating what we call the 6-3-3-4. That means your child must compulsorily be 6 before you can start primary school. But from nowhere, they change it to what they call 9-3-4. Whatever that means. And of course, at the time, a minister just stood up and said, students cannot go to university until they are 18. I mean, these are government regulations that will actually guide when your child actually go to school. Because they are already assuming that your child must be 6 years before you start primary school. And your child must spend 6 years in the school before he can go to the secondary school. And the of us, he must spend 6 years in secondary school before he thinks of university. That is how your child can be 18 years. Then we talk about non-state policies. Private or non-state schools may have different admission criteria and starting aid guidelines than public institutions. Like in private schools, I mean, what they do is to test your child when you bring him. It's not compulsory 6. If they give you, a standard exam and he's able to pass, they don't really bother about the age. They just really process them for admission. So these are how policy actually affects their readiness to start school. Benefits and negatives of student starting age. We are saying that of us, you see, there are pros and cons. If you start school early, it has its pros. If you start late, it has its cons. So I will we are talking about a global perspective now. We have seen that there are countries that their school starting age is 3, some are 4, some are 5, some are 6, some are 7. But let me just look at the Nigerian situation now. I mean, there has been a lot of effort that has been attached to Nigerian children education. Bodies like UNICEF, UNESCO, and a lot of non-governmental organizations globally, which are supposed to lead to lay a solid foundation for the children education. But children education in Nigeria faces severe problems, most notably having the highest number of out-of-school children globally, which is due to a range of issues that will just be enumerated. You know, presently in Nigeria now, we have over 20 million of school children. And just school, you just see them with the money. You don't have anywhere to go. And about 20 million. And we link that to the security problem we have in the country today. I mean, who are the vulnerable people? Who are the bandits? When you actually trace their origin, you find out that it is those children
that we refuse to put in school actually go to become these menace. So systematic and economic issues. In another funding, the education sector is consistently underfunded, often falling short of the UNESCO recommended 26% national budget allocation. This results in a lack of basic facilities, poor child welfare, and insufficient learning materials. I mean, part of the problem we have with school in Nigeria now is strike. Now, people say a junior college school even strike more than thunder. That ASU does not really know anything other than strike. But you can imagine if unions are not striking the level at which our education will be today. Nigeria is part of UNESCO, and the UNESCO examination is that a country that actually wants to develop must invest 26% of its budget annually in education. But what do we see from government to government? So the government has actually allocated as more as 1% of education, and yet we want to really compare our development in those countries that have actually invested seriously in education. Then corruption again is the brain of one of the brain of our in the education sector. How much is actually allocated to education and how much is actually used for the different purposes? I mean, you see contractors getting jobs, not doing the job. And when they want to do the job, because of kickbacks, one of corruption, they don't really do standard jobs. So those are the problems we actually face. And this extends to what we have prior students. Then poverty. High poverty rates mean many parents cannot afford auxiliary costs of school, like uniforms and scholastic materials, forcing children to child labor or street begging to support the families. Like I said, we want to go child labor, and those children whose parents cannot actually afford to send to school directly, they have to, I mean, if they are sending them to school at all, they have to be involved in raising the school fees. So you see them in the morning, they have to go and hawk. You see them at garages, you see them at bus stops, actually okay goods to raise money, to augment whatever their parents will make in their schooling. Then, poor measure, many public schools lack essential facilities, such as adequate classrooms, clean water, libraries, laboratories, and toilet facilities, creating a more conducive learning environment. Then policy remain to cap. I mean, there's always policy somersaulting Nigeria. Today is 6334. Tomorrow is 934. And when we have some policy somersaulting, because we ask through our policy what we think. So there's no way our policies will not really somersault. Then we have teachers related problems. Teachers shortages and qualities. There's a serious shortage of qualified and professional teachers. Many existing teachers lack sufficient training and motivation due to poor remuneration and working conditions. Because of this poor remuneration, some teachers, when they're coming to school in the morning, they bring their goods, they bring their wares to come and sell in school. How can that kind of teacher actually give attention to the children? Because I mean, you want to go and work, and those who are actually showing things to, you have to go around asking for his money. So that kind of teacher cannot actually concentrate on what is actually employed to teach. The poor participation of teaching, the no social status, and poor pay associated with the teaching profession deters bright individuals from pursuing teaching careers, often leaving the profession with less qualified candidates. I mean, we believe that it is those people who cannot really get work elsewhere, not really become teacher. So that is the perception. And this is actually discouraging. That is where you see the very good people now actually coming to the teaching profession. Then there is the social and security barriers. Insurgencies like Boko Haram and banditry in regions, particularly the northeast of the country, have led to attacks of schools, mass abortion of students, school closures, and displacement of families, severely disrupted education. There are socio-cultural norms, regional and cultural differences such as prioritizing both education over girls, early marriage, and a preference for informal Quranic education without basic literacy to literacy skills contribute to high grade pathways and low enrollment, particularly for girls. Then geographical disparities. Children in rural remote areas face more difficulties accessing education due to fewer schools and longer travel distances compared to their urban counterparts. I will just go to conclusion. So if I conclude,
I said children are not endowed the same day. They are gifted children who will need special attention from home when going to school. There are also children who have learning disabilities. That's why this institution, there's the camp of global perspectives on starting age, which are one, the global perspectives on children's school starting age vary in some countries starting formally at 85 to 6 and others delayed to 87, with research showing both benefits and drawbacks to each approach. That means we are saying that we don't really have one cap fits all. In some countries, children are supposed to start school as early as 3-4 years, whereas in some school they have to wait till age 7. A strong consensus favors allowing children to learn through play before formal schooling, with factors like social and emotional readiness playing a key role in determining the right time for a child to begin. The implications of children's school starting age will always want to bear on the following principal player: policy makers. They have decisions on standardized entry age versus flexible entry, imparting resource allocation. Then educators on the need to manage classrooms with varying developmental levels and may be pressured by testing, sometimes leading to recommendation to delay for less mature children. The parents must navigate the system often influenced by concerns over the child's readiness, potential for great retention, and perceived benefits of starting younger or older age. Final thoughts. While every child develops at their own pace, research suggests that introducing education between 3 to 5 years old is ideal. Parents and caregivers should observe their child's readiness skills, engage in early learning activities, and choose high-quality preschool and kindergarten programs. There is a need to foster a love for learning and exploration by understanding the optimal age to start child education. We can provide our children with a strong foundation for lifelong learning and success. Finally, just one of the pain of the children education is that our parents no longer have time. You see parents who leave their home as early as 4 a.m. No matter the kind of school you put in your children, you as parents must actually be involved in your children learning process. Don't say because you want to go and make money. Some of you don't even know where your children wake up in the morning. Because you are gone out and you don't come back very late. And you think the sisters will do everything. They are imploring you that no matter how busy you are, you must make sure you involve yourself in your children's learning education. Thank you for listening to me.
Now hands together again for Professor Kabir. Thank you very much. Do we have questions, please? Do we have questions? If you ask me, I think the professor did some justice to this. It would have even gone further and further. But unfortunately, he must have believed that